Hello, YouTube. It's our future. Powers with the people. Something I've been thinking about that just I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But when I talk to people about these things or try to talk to them about it, they really, and it's amazing. It doesn't matter how what their intelligence level is. It doesn't matter how their financial worth or anything. None of that has anything to do with it. It's so odd, but it's things I notice. How else do I say this? Like, let me give an example. Like Ryan Upchurch, okay? Like Ryan Upchurch, he was literally saying, that a lot of people ask him a lot of political things because of what he represents and everything else. But if you really listen to what Ryan Upchurch is trying to tell everybody is that he doesn't know a lot about politics. He doesn't know a lot about that kind of stuff. And the reason is he's basing the things he says and everything off of what he was raised in, which was music, the music industry. And then, of course, traditional things that we all struggle with, white, black, Confederate flag, South, and, the Confederacy, and country, rural folk, and then the way this new thing, that's racist. And, he tries to explain that, no, I'm not a racist, but I still love the South. That's who I am. And, but he readily admits that his focus is strictly on music, and that's such a huge, powerful industry. So he's very powerful, but he knows nothing about politics. All he knows is what he knows and what he's been surrounded by. So somehow I feel like I'm a little blessed that I used to be that way, like I always had some sport that I had to be the best at, whether it was motocross, and I enjoyed golf, and I ran. And then I got into, water skiing and snow skiing, and, all of these things I wanted, and it wasn't that I wanted to be on a magazine or anything like that, but I was the type of guy that just wanted to go in the backcountry and ski, and do something that most people would not do. And, my brother was that way on a surfboard, and so we followed after him, and, it was never good as him on a surfboard, but, that's what we did. Uh, we wanted to be our personal best, and we had very high standards, and but anyway, I look at the world um, over the last several years, and I can tell you it was September 11th, 2007, when I had this big boof, that I bought everything I was told, up until that moment, September 11th, 2007. Why 2007? Well, a lot had happened. But the honest answer is I was actually off that day, and I was sitting there watching the normal programmings, and I remember that day like it happened right now. Photographic memory of everything that happened. And I knew right then and there that something was wrong after watching their little stuff. And from there on out, I started looking, and that was before the censorship really started happening. We basically had a free internet back then. And, the information I ended up getting, I read the Bible twice, cover to cover. First time I read it just straight through. The second time I actually read it and then researched, uh, what was going on in this point in time, biblically and worldly, you know, outside of the Bible. What was going on in this point in time? Where was the money? Where was the money going? These kind of things, you have to look at the money. If you follow the money, and you can follow it, money, it's kind of funny. Whoever's the most powerful person in the world at the time, there's the money. Follow the money. You can literally follow the money from Nimrod, from Apollo. And you can follow it into Egypt, and you can follow it all over the world, all the way up till now. And it's not in America. But I look at things on a bigger level, and I'm not putting anybody down. I'm not condescending anybody. I'm just a normal guy. I really am. Excuse me. But for a very long time, I've put a lot of time and effort into looking at something, and I have trained my mind to look at things a lot differently than probably 99% of Americans out there. There's a very small percentage of people that can understand the knowledge, and I'm talking as a whole over thousands of years, and how that comes into play for prophecy. Um, there's guys out there, there really are, and I've taken a lot of information from other guys, and that's what everybody does. You take this information, you feed on it, and then you go research for your own stuff, and then you find more and more and more. And at the same time, you're asking for answers yourself. And so I know where we're going. I know where we're headed. And unfortunately, I think 90 plus percent, 95, probably 98% of Americans do not technically believe where we are in time and where we are going. And that it is way too late to fix it. It's over. And I've already come to accepting that. And I think that is going to be the hardest thing for people to actually accept, especially here in the United States, is that if you survive, you are blessed. If you survive. Because what's coming is not going to be the life you dreamed of. I can promise you that. I don't mean anything bad about this. This actually means things are going to be better, but it's going to be a hard road to get there. God bless.